Tonight, the top two teams in the Atlantic Division meet in Montreal. Steven Stamkos and the Lightning bring their high-octane offense north of the border to face Carey Price and the league's top defensive unit. It's the Bolts and Habs on Sun Sports next. As the Lightning take the ice at the Bell Center, we're reminded how much fun these battles are without a share of first place on the line. But there's a little added spice to the matchup tonight as the Bolts and Canadiens are set to meet here on Sun Sports. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our coverage tonight for the Bell Center. Rick Peckham along with the Chief, Bobby Taylor, joined by Chris Stingman as well this evening as the Lightning come into this game in second place in the Atlantic Division, just 2 points behind the Canadiens. And Montreal's got a game in hand, but Tampa Bay has won the first two matchups this season, Chief. Steven Stamkos has been a prime factor in that. The Canadiens are on his list, one of those teams he likes to score against.
Boy, does he ever, Rick. You know, he's just been a goal-scoring streak right now for him. And he got that hat trick in the very first game against Montreal when they won a really convincing 7-1 victory over them. And I think when you take a look at his goals, too, his speed and his ability to find the small areas of the net is really going to be a welcome thing for them here tonight against Price, who has not had the greatest numbers against Lightning over this season or even over his career. But you see him right there, 16 games, 16 points. Pretty impressive, 11 of which are goals. So you can bet that they're going to have at least one, if not two guys looking after Steven Stamkos tonight.
Well, the Lightning are the league's highest scoring team, and they take on the best defensive team in the Montreal Canadiens, and a huge reason for that is Carey Price in the Montreal net.
Yeah, he's just been tremendous. I mean, when you take a look at him, you know, so much is talked about Pekka-Rinne, and rightfully so, but Carey Price, when he went on that 10-game unbeaten streak on the road to set a new team record, really opened up a lot of people's eyes, not only for the Vezina, but for the most valuable player award. And when you take a look at that, though, some of the saves that he makes has just been incredible. But you see those 37 wins, they lead the league. The goals against average lead the league's the same percentage leads the league. Only he doesn't lead the league in is in shutouts, and he's tied for second there. So you know the Lightning have their hands full tonight in trying to beat this young man.
And so far this year, the Lightning have won both meetings, as we said, and they put 8 pucks behind Carey Price in less than 2 full games. But the Lightning netminder Ben Bishop has outdueled him on both those occasions, as well as a few more. He's been phenomenal against Montreal as a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning, and so has Tyler Johnson, who scored a couple of goals the last time the team was here to key a 4-goal second period and a win over the Habs.
It's time to experience
brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. By Ackerman Jewelers. When you want the best of the best in the finest jewelry, go to Ackerman Jewelers, your engagement ring store, and more. By Tires Plus. The plus is in everything we do. And by the Tampa Bay Area BMW Centers. Second of 3 meetings here at the Bell Center. Lightning back here at the end of March. And as we told you, this game has a lot of meaning in the Atlantic Division and the Eastern Conference as a whole. Lightning 2 points back. Montreal a game in hand as they take the ice tonight. Keep in mind the Islanders are hosting the Rangers tonight in the Metropolitan Division. Their final meeting of the season. That's a big one as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned as well. Lightning schedule from here on in. Just about every game's against the Atlantic Division. That's a pretty good test for them. Steven Stamkos feels they're ready.
You want to play meaningful hockey and you want to play against teams that are playing that playoff style because it doesn't get any easier come playoff time. So I think we've done a pretty good job of that so far, but the ball's really in our hand right now. We kind of control where we're going to finish because of the quality of opponents that we're playing and that being division games.
Lightning have won their last 3 games regular season here at the Bell Center. They'll try to keep that string going when they take the ice against the Canadiens in just a moment. Tonight's Lightning broadcast in Sun Sports is presented by your Tampa Bay Area BMW Centers.
Let's look at tonight's starting goaltenders, brought to you or delivered by Papa John's Pizza. And Ben Bishop and Carey Price go head-to-head. You see their numbers on the board. They've been pretty impressive, especially with Price, the only goalie in the league that's under 2 goals against average. John Cooper behind the bench. His second full season was part of a 3rd season before in his rookie year. And the veteran Michel Therrien in his 6th season with the Canadiens. Done a tremendous job here.
Steve Kazari will handle the opening face-off. He and Frederick Lecuyer, the referee. Shane Heyer, Matt McPherson, the linesman. Lightning will open with Vlad Nemesnikov. Valtteri Filppula, Cedric Paquette up front. Braden Coburn paired with Jason Garrison on the Lightning defense. Canadiens with a lot of new faces. 5 new players in their lineup since the Lightning last saw them. And it's Jakob Delarose, number 25, one of those new faces, knocking down a player in behind the net. The puck comes back out in front, and Jeff Petrie will send it out of play. He's another new player in this lineup.
They were very active at the trade deadline. There you see Petrie coming over from the Edmonton Oilers. Right-handed shot. And that's moved Gilbert over to the left side, which is the side that he hasn't played too much, his defense partner.
Now Chris Dingman, who was upstairs with us for Lightning Live pregame, down at ice level.
Very quick getting down here, guys. The atmosphere near the Tampa Bay Lightning. You want to make sure you quiet this crowd down early. You want to make simple plays. Make sure you get it out and get it in early.
David Desharnais, checked by Anton Strawman. Fired by Max Pacioretty. He's checked by Victor Hedman. It comes free to Dale Weiss. He spins away from Steven Stamkos. Moving it along to Pacioretty and out to PK Subban. Big windup, and it's deflected away by Alex Killorn, who grew up here in the Montreal area. Stamkos takes over on the puck, and he'll start it out. Killorn on the forecheck, trying to get around Subban as Price handles it for Andrei Markov. Ahead for Pacioretty. 31 goals on the season for him. Good play by Strawman at the line, delaying Desharnais as he ultimately surrenders the puck. Both teams go for a change. Victor Hedman fires it over the head of Price. Subban around for his veteran partner Markov, and it's tipped down the ice by Alex Galchenyuk, who we did not see in the playoffs. He was out with a knee injury, but has been a key man for the Canadiens all season. Andre Palat to center of the Lightning with Tyler Johnson. Broken up at the defense. Garrison sends it back around the boards, and it's handled there by Braden Coburn. Garrison pinching in that corner along with Palat. Canadiens come out with it. Pass ahead to sender to Brendan Gallagher, and it's steered in now by Petrie. He'll take on the Lightning defense. Brendan Morrow met there by Brian Flynn, another new face in the Montreal lineup coming from Buffalo at the trade deadline. And Torrey Mitchell, number 17, gets that pass. He's another player from Buffalo, and he is from the Montreal area, from Greenfield Park on the South Shore. So his debut at the Bell Center. He joined this team while they were out west, but he's excited about this game in Montreal. Stepping in, Brian Boyle couldn't get to it for the Lightning, and it's Andre Schuster back.
Well, we expected a fast start, Rick, and we're certainly getting that.
Morrow tips it in, and Price, either he or Bishop has had to stop a shot, but Price has been out to handle a puck a few times. Schuster battling to keep the play in the attacking zone. Jonathan Drouin by his side. Morrow in there poking at it. Sergei Gonchar has it for the Canadiens defense. Ahead for De La Rose. He'll step in and fires. Our first shot of the game is handled by Bishop and covered.
Let's look at tonight's keys, brought to you by your Southern Ford dealers, and get Price moving. That's the one thing you don't want to just have one shot from the angle. If you can get him moving, that means you're getting rebounds as well. And you might find some holes in his game. Quick out of your own end. Don't let the Canadiens keep the play inside your zone for any length of time. Move it as fast as you can.
Well, for a goaltender, that's the kind of shot you want to see on your first shot of the game. Nice little wrist shot.
Mark Barberio coming back to Montreal. And he dumps it down the ice by Subban. We get an icing call.
Well, you take a look at Carey Price. P.K. Subban, who's not been a most popular player outside of Montreal, is having a tremendous year as well, Rick. He's second in their team in scoring with 49 points, and I think he's all in discussion with the Norris Trophy as the best defenseman.
Here's a shot that's in on Bishop. He makes the stop as Weiss was trying to screen him as Markov let it go from the point. Bishop had that puck carrying behind him. Barberio hurried. Desharnais right there with Nemestikov. And Subban piles in. Pacioretty takes it for Montreal. Stopped by Nemestikov. Lightning busted out with Cedric Paquette on right wing. Steps around Markov. Weiss on right wing, tapping it now for Desharnais. And Paquette took a good angle on him and chopped the puck out of play.
I would think right now you'd see that this game would be one where the officials will let them play. Let them play the game that you see in the playoff situations.
There's some of the more skilled players in the league. John Tavares was talking about that a little bit, where you might have a season where you might not have a 100-point guy. Talking about as the season goes along, the officials, as much as we like to complain about them at times, they don't want to be the ones deciding these games.
Alex Gorin taps that puck inside the Montreal line. De La Rose back there for it, his second-round pick in 2013 for the Canadiens. As it's backhanded in by Ryan Callahan. Petrie there for it. And Gorin throws the hit. Devontae Smith-Pelly, acquired from Anaheim. Wearing number 21 for Montreal, another new face for them. Petrie leaving that puck for Tom Gilbert. Played off the glass to center. Chief, what kind of adjustment period as all these new guys have only played a handful of games do the Canadiens face here?
Well, I think a lot of it, like we talked about with Petrie, and now he's with Gilbert. One of the things, or Gilbert, is that Gilbert has to play the right side. Now you got to get used to a new partner. Defense is going to be a little bit more difficult than the forwards.
Kucherov swings in for the Lightning. Picks up Johnson. He tried to rifle in front for Palat. Subban takes it. Out ahead for Thomas Plekanec. He works with Gallagher and Galchenyuk. Andre Schuster back for the puck. He's on with Garrison. Puck squirts away to the corner. Schuster trying to get in there with his reach. He can. And it ends up on Kucherov's stick. Palat to center. Sidesteps the hit from Subban. Plekanec sends it up the boards. Garrison will get to it. Schuster ahead for Brian Boyle. Holds off the check. Gets the shot over Price. Morrow playing it back. Rifled ahead as the Canadiens come out. Brandon Prust down that left side. Looks to shoot. He does. It's caught there by Bishop as Mitchell arrived a second too late.
One of the things the goaltender has to do, even when that puck is going to miss the net, you got to realize where those players are on the ice. And Ben saw that the Canadian players were bursting down that right wing side, and he just ran out there to make sure that he intercepted that pass, and it didn't get through at all.
Something I think you're going to see from both teams is they're just going to try and throw pucks on net, and both goaltenders being two of the top 10 netminders in the league, try and get second and third opportunities.
Gonchar unable to hold it in. Jonathan Drouin quickly got out there on him. Now the pass behind Boyle. Boyle scored an empty net goal. It was shorthanded to finish off the Lightning scoring in that Dallas game, but it turned out to be the game winner as the Stars scored with just a couple of seconds remaining on the goal by Vern Fiddler in that 5-4 game. So that empty netter meant a lot. Puck batted away by Hedman. Nemestikov moving it now to Paquette. Lost it. Nathan Beaulieu playing it ahead, and Pacioretty had not yet left the zone to get back on side as we're scoreless here in this first period in Montreal.
Well, we're scoreless here in Montreal. Just over 6 minutes played. Let's take a look at tonight's Buick big matchup. And you see the last 6 meetings with these two teams. The Lightning coming out on top 5 of those. And the special teams have been a big factor in those wins. As you see, the Lightning, of course, really peppering Montreal's goaltending with a lot of shots as well. So they've had pretty good success over the last little while against the Canadiens.
In that span, 3-0 here at the Bell Center in regular season play. Here's Flynn to chip it down the ice. Pruss trying to get to it. Barberio wins that race. Coming through Mitchell. There's that shoulder hit on Schuster. He'll play it back of the point. Petrie winding, firing, and a pad save by Bishop. Paquette angles it ahead to Nemestikov. Nice little pass as they gain entry in the zone. And Paquette labeled Petrie with that big hit. I don't think Petrie was expecting that. Schuster fires into a crowd. It bounced away. And Paquette with a hit there on Flynn. Prust unable to get it out. Petrie playing it to Schuster. He knocks it down. Puck comes away to the Habs defense. Gilbert angles it by Barberio down the ice. And we'll get the icing call. Lightning fans, there's no better time to reserve your 2015-16 season tickets than now. Season ticket members get the best seats, the best discounts, playoff priority, exclusive player access, and more. Call 813-301-6600 or visit TampaBayLightning.com.
Well, after a torrid start, the things kind of settled down to a much more even flow, and it's still fast. It hasn't slowed down too much, but it's not as frenetic.
Killorn wins the faceoff back to Hedman. And a wristed toward the net. It was blocked by Flynn. And a good hustle play by Flynn, forcing the play to center. Here's Strawman looking to re-enter for the Lightning. He does. Steven Stamkos fires in front for Killorn. Knocked away, and it's swatted by the defense out to center. Anton Strawman back there for it. +3 against the Stars the other night. Puck tipped in the zone by Killorn. Price moves it off the end boards around for Galchenyuk, and Callahan hustled in there to step in front of him to keep the play in the zone. Killorn dumped down low by Subban. Callahan throws a hit. Strawman keeps it down behind the net. Callahan looking for Stamkos. Fires up the shot. Saved by Price. And Gilbert gets it away. Leads it ahead for Gallagher. Fires. Saved by Ben Bishop. Take it over, though, out in front. Galchenyuk lost it. Subban looking for Gallagher. Tipped in front. And it's picked up now. We get a hand pass called against Montreal.
Big time. He reached up, he grabbed a hold of it, and threw it down. But it's amazing when you take a look at the overall stats coming into this game. Montreal has not been a very good starting team. They're -14 in their goal differential, but boy, they have really got on the engine here in the early part of this first period. Lightning getting a really good chance. It's the official first shot on goal by Montreal. It was a nice setup from Callahan to Stammer. Place had to be quick.
Subban fires it in. Bishop using his body to drop that puck behind the net as Garrison is checked by Lars Eller. The hitting picks up, the pass up the middle, stolen by Markov. Garrison has it back. Cutting through, it's Palat, coming off that 3-assist effort against the Stars. Checked in that corner, Johnson trying to get control, Kucherov nearby. Palat steps out of the corner with a shooting save by Price. Rebound is played to the corner. Kucherov has it. Spins away from De La Rose, and it's guided back to the point. Boy, Johnson took a big cross check from Subban in the back of the neck.
That's why I said, Rick, they're going to let them play. They're not going to call anything tonight.
Palat has it, side of the goal. Shooting shoulder save by Price, and he deflects it out of play.
Tell you what, this trio for the Lightning, they really love playing these big games. His smile comes to their face. Take a listen, nice shot here, big one right off the right shoulder. But you can see how Carey Price is so calm in that net and how he moves right out and blocks away any opportunities to try on that angle. So when you get him moving, he has to open up a little bit. That's what we're looking for, and hopefully you can have that happen to him in this game.
A couple good shifts in the offensive zone there, the Stamkos line and then the Johnson line. That's what you want to try and do, build some momentum shift after shift.
Pacioretty tips that puck out of the zone. Desharnais battling to get a hold of it. Back to Beaulieu, and behind the net, Schuster waiting to take over. Boyle. Now 14 goals on the season, launches that cross-ice backhand pass. It ends up with a Montreal defense. Nathan Beaulieu with a pass out to the forwards. Boyle coming back to break it up. Boyle has it. He'll drive it in on Price. He wants to play it. Sees an angle that will clear that zone, and Hedman sends it back in. Shots 4 apiece with no score here in the first period. Gonchar with the puck. The 40-year-old defenseman sends it in behind the goal, and Bishop will play it. Nemestikov ahead for Filppula. He's got Paquette streaking toward the net. Following up at Strowman. He shoots, and it was tipped away by Plekanec, who now is behind the Lightning defense. Gets the pass from Gallagher. Cuts in. Forced wide by Hedman. Got it on goal, and Bishop will hang on to it. Now the Lightning and the Canadiens coming up with a few scoring chances now, but the goalies standing firm. We're still scoreless.
Score here in Montreal. Let's take time now to take a look at tonight's Cold Hard Fact, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. And you see the best home winning percentages. The Lightning is with the best record right now at .803. Montreal right up there as well. Nashville, Islanders, and St. Louis round out the top 5, but you see both these teams are very, very difficult to beat in their home ice.
Canadiens 5-0-2 in their last 7 at home. The 2 overtime losses were to Florida and Edmonton. Well, they've been on the road. They only won 1 game on their western swing. 1-2-1. Petrie. Pass taken over. Callahan will fire, and it's handled by Price. He'll hang on.
Well, he saw that Gilbert had lost his stick on a check from Killorn, and you have a defenseman without a stick out there, so he wanted to make sure that he got that face-off. Very aware of what goes on around him, Carey Price. He does a good job of anticipating the play and then seeing where frozen puck's going to come in handy.
Well, good job by Alex Killorn to the old chip and chase to himself.
Puck comes right back to Price for another stoppage.
It's funny, for a couple minutes there, neither goaltender wanted to freeze the puck. They wanted to keep it moving. Now, slowing things down a little bit.
I think they just wanted to touch the puck, get some sort of a feel for it. There weren't any shots at that point. Stamkos out at center. Got it to Anton Stralman. Back with Victor Hedman. Rink-wide pass knocked out of the air by De La Rose, and they rule it was with a high stick. Lightning fans, every Thursday's Throwback Bolts Day brought to you by Jeep. Tune in this Thursday, March 12th. Post the best Lightning vintage photo of yourself by using the hashtag #ThrowbackBolts. We'll select the best photo and feature it in the postgame show.
Well, as we've seen throughout this year, Rick, everywhere we go, there's a contingent of Lightning jersey and Lightning fans in the building. And there's a number of them here tonight in Montreal.
You can see your autograph on that jersey, Chief. A bit of a throwback.
Hedman drives it in. Markov playing it back to Subban. Kept in by Hedman. And the one-touch Johnson cuts in front, and his stick slashed away. And we will get a penalty call with a result there of Kazari indicating the slashing penalty, and the Lightning getting the first power play of this game.
I'll tell you what, if he doesn't do that, Desharnais, Tyler Johnson has a great chance to walk right in and open up the scoring of this hockey game. Desharnais slashing at 10:56.
Well, the Lightning, 4 of 11 with a man advantage in the first two meetings. And their power play has been picking up, coming in at 18.5%, 13th best in the league. Toyota power play chance opening up for them here, and Anton Stralman fires, and it's handled by Price.
Face-offs, as we point out all the time, is very important, but especially with the man advantage. And Chris, you talked about that being a real key for the Lightning as the special teams, and that face-off circle is going to be big for them.
Petrie gets it up the boards, not very far though. Stralman holding it in. Lightning up Johnson. Palat in the slot. Stralman up top. Kucherov with it now, and he hands it away to Eller. Palat does his best to prevent him from sending it all the way back. Callahan rounding out this crew. And here's Kucherov right down the middle. The puck rolls to Price, and he'll play it away to the corner. Callahan ducked in under Prust, his former Ranger teammate, to help keep the play in the zone. Prust tipped his pass. Canadians steal it, and it's cleared out. Montreal 6th in the league, just under 85% on the kill, 84.8. And right behind the Lightning as far as their home penalty kill, almost 87%, third best. Drouin takes it for the Lightning. Into Stamkos. His try toward the net, tipped behind the net by Subban. Plekanec getting to it. He's got 3 shorthanded goals for Montreal to lead them in that department. It's chopped away by Markov. Save for a moment. Plekanec has it. Pacioretty steams ahead. Tried to cut around Garrison, who neatly took the puck away. 37 seconds remaining on the Desharnais penalty. The Lightning under some heat in that center ice zone. Killorn stepping in.
Boy, it looks like the ice is a little bit off. That puck's been really bouncing around. You got to be careful when you're stick handling out there.
2-on-1 shorthanded for Montreal. Plekanec cuts in. Sends it off Garrison's skate as he defended the pass intended for Pacioretty.
Great back check by Jonathan Drouin to make him hurry.
Stamkos continues on. Takes on Gilbert. One hand to the pass. Mitchell stole it. Got it by Hedman. 5 seconds on the penalty. Schuster shovels it in. Palat trying to hurry Price. As Desharnais is out, Canadiens have survived the shorthanded situation to keep it scoreless. Kucherov at a steal. Trying to make the play out in front. Palat in there digging for it. Johnson got a stick free. Out to Schuster. Wrist shot is blocked by De La Rose. Kucherov back to Johnson firing. Saved by Price. And he stopped Johnson on the second try. Johnson put down behind the net. Puck still loose. Here comes Schuster in even deeper. Back to Tyler Johnson. Bounces off that check against the much bigger Tom Gilbert. With Johnson, you can tell he wants this game, as he always does, as he shows up in the big games, and he draws a penalty here as he tipped that shot on goal and he got hooked. Gilbert's going off. Tyler Johnson doing the job in that attacking zone.
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, you talked about it, how really strong they've been on this first period of this line here. They've kept the play inside the zone consistently and won a lot of puck battles.
Perfect shift you want, following up a power play. You get back out there, offensive zone time. Lightning doing a good job of making those plays off the cycle, finding that little soft pocket in the slot.
Well, Johnson gets a well-deserved rest after that. Drouin, Killorn, Filppula, Stamkos, and Garrison on this power play.
Lightning had one shot on that first power play, although they had to play inside the Canadian zone, a lot of it. But one shot got through to Price.
Canadians, despite their very good season-long record with a man advantage, they were outscored on that road trip on special teams 4-1, allowing 4 power play goals, but they're threatening for another shorthanded try here, and Pacioretty fumbled the pass from Plekanec. Plekanec has looked for him a couple of times. A little worrisome that they've both been in shorthanded situations.
The Canadians are usually up amongst the leaders in shorthanded goals, but they have but 3 here this year.
Filppula, extra move of that line, and he gets around Mitchell. Shoulder check there from Subban. Markov in for the puck. Killorn using his body well, protecting that puck. Stamkos down the board. Subban with it. Challenged in there by Drouin. And Subban and Killorn both hit the deck. 1:05 to go on the penalty to Gilbert.
Well, guys, I think for the Lightning, they got to get the puck in deeper. Montreal doing a good job hurrying them, pressuring that puck. You got to get the puck down low in the zone to release some of that pressure.
Drummond had that power play shot right off the face-off win, and early in that first opportunity. Let's see what they develop here as Kucherov turns with it. Hooks it back to Johnson. Out in front, Palat just guides it wide. He was open in the slot. Johnson has it again. Across to Kucherov. Winding. Now to Palat. He's open again. Price makes the save. Fed back to Johnson. And it's guided wide by Palat. Side of the goal. Callahan playing catch with Kucherov, and the pass deflects back to the Lightning zone.
About as good a shift as you can have without scoring a goal.
They've only put up 1 shot on goal for the Lightning. They've had 2 or 3 in this shift here.
Boyle had it ripped away by Subban. 4 seconds remaining on the Gilbert penalty. Some great chances with Andre Palat in that slot area. Markov chased there by Morrow. Gilbert back on. Canadians 2 of 2 on the kill. We're scoreless here in the first with just over 4 minutes remaining. Lightning have a 10-4 shot advantage. Subban out on the wing. Smith-Pelly couldn't hold it. Morrow cuts in. Nemestikov with him. Boyle trailing. Here's the shot. It's set wide. Markov stepped up with a big hit on Morrow. Boyle throwing a hit on Smith-Pelly the other end, and they're looking at each other. Now as we get a couple of players pairing off. Boyle wanted Smith-Pelly, but he defers to Nemestikov, who is tied up over near the Lightning bench. And Morrow was paired off as well, as Brendan Gallagher and Nemestikov are pulled apart. Boyle was looking to start a fight that he saw he had teammates in trouble after this collision with Smith-Pelly. Scoreless here in the first. Here's tonight's great moment in hockey history, brought to you by Geico. On this day in 2000, Vinny Lecavalier was named the 6th captain in Lightning history, becoming the youngest captain in NHL history at 19 years, 314 days old at the time, surpassing Steve Yzerman, who was the Red Wings captain at 21 years, 5 months. And since that time, of course, Sidney Crosby, Gabriel Landeskog has surpassed Vinny as the youngest captains in the NHL.
Tremendous career in a Lightning uniform, Vinny.
Lightning outchancing Montreal 5-2 so far, helped by certainly that last power play chance where Andre Palat was roaming the slot. Here's Galchenyuk in for Montreal, firing it, blocked. Stopped there by Garrison, and Callahan back through center for the Lightning. Stamkos scoops it up, back to Garrison, wristing it in front, and it's deflected. Galchenyuk has it for Montreal. Cuts in with Plekanec. Gallagher driving the net. They look for him. Steered away by Bishop. And now we got a penalty upcoming as Callahan controls. A Lightning penalty will be called here at 16:52, and Stamkos heads off.
Slashing will be the call. As he's getting on the back check, see him going at Gallagher. That's a slash. Got to
John Cooper's team shorthanded for the first time tonight. Boyle on this face-out against Desharnais. Montreal gets control. Subban goes to Markov, wristing it in front. It was blocked as Desharnais was screening Bishop, and Schuster clears it out.
One thing the Lightning have to be well aware of with the Montreal power play is that 76 and 79, Subban and Markov are the leading scorers with power play points for the Canadiens.
Subban 6 goals and Markov 19 points, including 15 assists. So guess where those passes are going? Barzellers stepping in, and he's stripped to the puck by Coburn and Filppula. Subban steps back into the zone. Eller right on Coburn. Makes the play to Garrison. Cleared out. Smooth start for this penalty kill.
Key is just get it out as quickly as possible, and they've done that in the first minute of this man short situation.
Lightning 8th best in the league on the kill at just over 83%, despite giving up 2 goals to Dallas on Saturday. Canadiens 24th best on the power play, 16.4%. Plekanec. Handing it now to Eller. And it hopped off Plekanec's stick. The Lightning, Palat thought about clearing it. Now he sensed Hedman's with him. The pass was blocked. And the Canadiens turn it around, but they misfire in the pass, and Stralman has it. He'll just drive it down the ice. 19 seconds remaining on the Stamkos penalty. De La Rose playing it now to Petrie. Petrie out of Michigan State. Back to De La Rose. Youngster getting an opportunity. He winds. He misfires on the big one-timer. And Coburn will send it down the ice. Stamkos out. Very solid kill for the Lightning. Under a minute to go here in this first period. Stralman getting it now to Stamkos. Back to Stralman. He's watched by De La Rose. Just 19 years of age, 6'3", 204 pounds. He came up in February, scored a couple of goals in one game. His 17th game since the call-up. Weiss gets the pass. Steps in against Schuster, turned back. Pacioretty to the corner, poking it along. Stamkos chases down the puck. Flips it ahead to Callahan. Gilbert got it away. Stamkos takes it with momentum into the zone. Flying down that wing. Forced wide by Gilbert with 13 seconds to go in the period. The puck pops away. Weiss trying to get to it. Garrison tied him up. And Desharnais enters the zone. We get a whistle in the offside with 6.9 seconds to go in the period. Stay tuned for the Gulf Coast Honda dealer's first intermission report as Chris Dingman will be visiting with Alex Killorn outside the Lightning room. We'll present a feature on Victor Hedman. Highlights and stats coming as well here at intermission number 1. Now the Tyler Johnson line, instrumental in creating a number of scoring chances in that first period, out to finish this period. And there's the siren that finishes the first 20 minutes of this game. Ben Bishop and Carey Price dueling tonight in goal, and so far nothing on the scoreboard between the two. They've allowed nothing in this one. The Lightning 2 power plays and Montreal 1 so far. Tonight's Lightning broadcast on Sun Sports is presented by your Tampa Bay area BMW centers. Welcome back to Montreal as the Lightning and the Canadiens set to go in the second period. Both these teams have been very sharp within the Atlantic Division, and you see how they rank as far as other teams within their own division.
Wow, right up there. You see that 13-3-2. And Pittsburgh doing a good job in that Metro Division. I'm always having a tough time calling that Metro division. It's not a whole lot of teams in the Metro area. I don't know.
Only one Metro in that area that counts, apparently.
I guess so.
As Bishop and Price doing a little housekeeping, getting set for the second period of play.
Well, the Canadians really started. I think what's really going to help them is that they know that's their bad period, and they really start building towards the third period. And it starts usually in the second.
Lightning will go with the same unit. Nemestikov, Filppula, and Paquette that started the game. Hedman working with Schuster on the Lightning defense to begin things. Gilbert playing it to Eller, and it's set in. Bishop takes a look. It's a feel for the traffic. Found Filppula. Held in by Gilbert. Chief mentioned he's playing with Jeff Petrie. They were defense partners for part of the time that they were in Edmonton together. Petrie just coming to Montreal from the Oilers. At the trade deadline, here's Gilbert with the wrist shot. On goal, a save by Bishop. Smith-Pelly couldn't get to the rebound.
Good job by Hedman to screen him off. He did a great job of that.
Gilbert breaks up the rush. Gilbert signing as a free agent this year. He was with the Panthers last year. Eller from center. Check from behind by Nemestikov. Schuster tangles with Lars Eller and wins the puck. Around for PK Subban. Rushes off the Stamkos check and shuttle to the point, and Callahan right there. Markov nowhere near that pass. Stamkos fires, and Markov was near that. He reached out and tipped the shot out of play.
Well, that's something we've seen over the first two games of the Lightning. When the Canadians get on the offense, they will really jam everybody up in the air. So if you in that zone, rather, if you can get that puck away from them, you're going to see odd man rushes. Here's that defensive play that I talked about. There's Smith-Pelly. Look at Hedman making sure that he just moved him out of the way. Just pushed him enough. Making sure that he couldn't get his body turned or his hands on that loose puck.
Stamkos on the faceoff when shooting, and it's gloved by Price. Chris Dingman had a close look at that one down in the corner.
Yeah, good job and good start to the second period. And the Montreal Canadiens are going to try and continue to push the pace for the Tampa Bay Lightning. You want to continue what they did the second half of that second period. And you get power play opportunities. They want to make sure they're going to convert on them.
On the face-off, it ends up with Callahan out in front. He couldn't tuck it home as he stepped around Price. Out at center, Garrison with it. Stamkos reaching back for it, and the play ruled offside by Shane Heyer.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did. We've seen this movement a lot of times for Ryan Callahan. He's so quick to get that puck out of the way of that poke check, but he just couldn't get his shot away as it came around there. I think it was checked from behind by the Montreal player.
Now Price goes 6'3". He's not Ben Bishop's size, but still pretty good size at about 220 pounds, too.
Yeah, aren't there many small goalies in this league anymore, is there?
Markov having all sorts of problems with Killorn and Callahan. Galchenyuk takes over in the puck. The 21-year-old is center, and he shovels it right into his own bench.
Well, that's the thing. If you can keep that play inside that zone, that's where you really got to make this team work. That's what can tire out a team as well. Offense is so much more fun. It's so much, you don't get tired when you're in the offensive zone, right, Chris? Defensively, you get a little tired.
Very easy for defensemen to stand at the blue line and take shots or pass it back down. A lot easier than being in your own end and trying to take the puck away from somebody.
Petrie. Desharnais stick tied up by Johnson. That results in an icing call. Boy, just so impressed in the first period with a play of that Johnson line. And one thing that sometimes gets overlooked about them, guys, is how they go to, as they say, the dirty areas where the action's going to be the hottest and the heaviest. And that does not deter these guys at all. And none of them are really that big. It's including Palat. We know Johnson's small and Kucherov is small, too.
The thing of it is that puck retrieval. That's what is really hard.
Out in front, Kucherov with a shot. It's blocked by Petrie at an open side. He looks to the heavens. But Jeff Petrie right there.
It got him on the shaft of the stick, didn't it, Chris?
They got a piece of it, and it was funny, you're just talking about going to the dirty areas, the hard areas, and Andre Palat doing a good job of fighting off a check and making the pass over.
He took that shot, and I think it hit the shaft of Petrie's stick.
Well, Palat trying to play to your key from Lightning Live pregame, Chief. That was to get Carey Price moving. And they come up with a puck again. Palat, though, couldn't get the shot away, but Kucherov will help that line live to battle a little longer. So does Johnson. Backed up by Kucherov. Finally, the Canadiens get it out. And it's hooked back in. Hedman stepping up again, this time on Smith-Pelly. Moves him out of there. Plays it in. He'll give chase. Great job by the Lightning and hemming in Montreal here. Petrie couldn't reach the pass as they tried to send in Boyle. That was intercepted by Delarose. Strowman defending, helped out by Hedman. And it's Boyle on the move. He's checked by Jakob Delarose. He knows he's heading off to the penalty box. And the call at 2:31.
Boy, they really had a chance to get up there again. Tripping's the call on Delarose. You see him coming there. He just took the skates out from underneath them, just whacked them. 2:31, as you point out, Rick. Lightning's third power play, and as you pointed out in one of your keys, Chris, this is, if it's going to be a real tough defensive matchup with goalies, this power play has got to start working.
A couple opportunities now, and some good chances in that first period. At the start of the second period, you got a fresh sheet of ice. Puck shouldn't be bouncing as much. It'll be a little easier for the Lightning to make those crisp passes and plays.
Shane Heyer found himself in the middle of that scrum. Canadians come out with it, and it's cleared down the ice. Stamkos guys it ahead to Alex Killorn. And Killorn plays it in. Markov fires it back to center ice. Jason Garrison has factored into a number of recent power play goals for the Lightning, both with his passing and that big cannonading shot. Here's Killorn down the boards. Markov will get to it for Montreal. Couldn't clear it. It's Stamkos. Bouncing puck controlled now by Valtteri Filppula. Off the glass it comes to Jonathan Drouin. Killorn trying to battle in front. It's tapped free to Prost. And Filppula got under him. Markov helping out. Canadians really have to work hard to get out of their zone here in the second period. The Lightning have really stepped it up. Drouin enters the zone. Dropping it off. Filppula. Now has Callahan going to the front of the net. Can't find him with a pass. Stamkos closing it as well as Drouin controls it. Gets it in front of the shot. Price is stopped there as Callahan let it go. A tricky little play by Drouin.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think everybody's starting to get used to Jonathan Drouin. In other words, be ready, because he can pass that puck from anywhere and find you anywhere. Somewhat similar to Kucherov.
Johnson across to Callahan, and a loose stick out of the way. Palat anticipating that puck reaching him. Took his eye off the puck for a moment, and it hit the stick. Pacioretty with it. Ian Plekanec threatened in that Lightning zone a couple of times in the first period. Strowman comes by for it. 10 seconds to go on the call against the youngster Delarose. Palat cuts to the middle. Feeding it now. Kucherov shoots, steered away by Price. Petrie shrugs off the check. Out of the box comes Delarose. The Lightning hold it in. Palat shooting. A save by Price, and the rebound. It's cleared back. And it's sent wide of the goal by Kucherov. Strowman there, resting it. Johnson tried to tip it home. Gilbert right on him. Palat. Now it's centered in front just by Johnson's stick. Coburn looking for a friendly stick in front. It bounced away. And the Canadians feeling the heat. Clear it out. Hedman ahead for Paquette. He'll stride in there as Price slides it to the corner. Not much on it. That gave Paquette time to jar it loose. And the Canadiens send it down the ice, and they rule Paquette's stick had something to do with it. No icing. Barberio kicking that puck. Gonchar there. Tipped on goal. Bishop the save. Plekanec has it. Circles around the net. Fires. Saved by Bishop. Bishop. Dribbled away to the boards. Beaulieu across now for Plekanec. Takes it off the kick plate. Shoots it. Bishop makes the stop. In front, Galchenyuk. Swung. Missed. His shot. Stopped by Coburn. Bishop covers. And the whistle blows.
Boy, that's about the only real busyness they've had since about the first 6 minutes of the game, but they were some pretty good opportunities. Patience with the puck is what really helped them. Plekanec's doing a good job of that. I think trying to get it around, that kick-up just missed and they kept it in there. Plekanec, watch how he gets it. Everybody's kind of diving around there. He's waiting and waiting, taking a shot in front of the net to get a hopefully ricochet off any player that was in there, whether it be a Canadian or a Lightning player. And there you see that nice play on the part of Coburn to deflect that shot away from Galchenyuk.
Good job by Ben Bishop making a couple saves there, guys, off of a couple redirects. Great pad save off that one redirect especially.
Lightning still out-chancing Montreal here in the second period alone, 4-2. Boyle a clean win on the face-off to Schuster. Drouin guides it now to Morrow. He'll be the first one in for the puck. Sliding it back for Schuster. Boyle. He'll send it in behind the net. Lightning looking to work the Canadians down low a little bit more here with Jonathan Drouin controlling. Back to Garrison. Schuster had a chop by him by Pacioretty, and Boyle has to hurry out. Good play, and right on the stick of Schuster, they nearly had the momentum going back in the zone. But Beaulieu will take it, the 22-year-old defenseman now to Desharnais. Into that zone, and he'll shoot. It's caught by Bishop, and we got a quick whistle. With 13:39 to go in the second period, and still no score in this game.
We're scoreless still here at the Bell Center in Montreal. You're taking a look at Johnson, Palat, and Kucherov. You take a look at the plus-minus ratings for the top 5 players in the league. Max Pacioretty out in front at number 1, but then it goes that line. Kucherov, Johnson, and Palat, 3 of the next 4. So 3 of the top 5 plus-minus belong to the Lightning in that one line. And we talk so much about their ability to offense. Boy, you see what they do defensively, and the guy that's 6th is Jason Garrison. He's really come up with that plus-minus. You see there, plus 24.
+2 against Dallas the other night. Stralman +20, and so that gives them quite a quintet in the +20 club, or greater.
It's interesting, too, Rick, because when you take a look at the Lightning are only ranked 15th defensively.
Filppula hits the line, taken away by Subban. He gets it back. Subban has it once more, and Filppula reaching for that puck, couldn't grab it a third time. This time Stralman has it. Filppula on the move, steps in, going to split the defense. Got dumped out in front. The puck was loose for a moment, cleared out by the Canadians as Filppula stepping in this line. Now with Callahan coming off the Lightning bench. The joint stand goes in behind the defense. The puck got away from him, cleared away by Price. He settled the puck down and it rolled away. Galchenyuk with it. Garrison hands it back. Braden Coburn. Now with Callahan lifting it out of play over the glass.
Boy, oh boy, what a great opportunity. And it was a play that we talked about consistently over the course of this season when they played the Montreal Canadiens. That's what the Canadiens did so well in that playoff sweep against the Lightning last year, was hitting that man right at the top of the blue line and having that clear shot to the goalie. And Hammer had that opportunity, but when he tried to put the puck down to his stick, he got it a little bit too far in front of him.
Really frustrated Steven Stamkos. Know he had a great opportunity if he'd only be able to settle that puck down.
A tip by Pacioretty and deep in the Lightning zone. Bishop has to wait for that puck to enter the trapezoid to get a stick on it. Andre Palat, a threat all night long with a pass to Coburn. Couldn't pick it up, but Kucherov there. Palat at center, knocked free by Pacioretty. Here comes Johnson. Quickly, it's a 2-on-1 with Palat. Gets the pass, cuts in, trying to tuck it home. He was stopped by Price. Price poke-checked it as he was looking to make the move to the forehand. Gilbert lays it in. Boy, that line, they just come up with chance after chance after chance. Here comes Kucherov. He's met there by Subban. Torrey Mitchell back. The veteran winger piles into a linesman, and the puck ends up out of play on the Montreal bench.
When he came back, he got a really good check away, Tyler Johnson. Here's that play. He knocks it out of midair. Watch this pass come in here. It's got him just a little bit behind on his right skate. Couldn't quite get it up on his backhand. And then with the diving Montreal defenseman out there, Petrie, he wasn't able to control it. But boy, oh boy, you're right, Rick. This is amazing. When you watch them, their eye-hand coordination is incredible.
Drouin trying to angle that puck to Brendan Morrow. Mitchell there to steal. Schuster on the boards around to Boyle. Barberio wants to join the attack. He'll play it to the corner off the ledge of the boards, and it's played right to Drouin as Mitchell was trying to fire it away out of the zone. Barberio into Morrow. He's got Boyle around the net. Takes that hit, gets the puck to him. Schuster had to reach for that puck. He'll tap it down the boards to Morrow. And he throws it through the legs of Boyle back to the Lightning zone. Shots have equalized a bit. 14-11 favoring the Lightning. They were 10-6 Tampa Bay at the end of one. Canadiens with a big flurry on Ben Bishop. Looking to start another one here. Smith-Pelly shoved to the boards by Schuster. Delarose, who obviously he's impressed Michel Therrien. He's playing a lot so far in the first half of this game. Knocked down by Morrow legally. He'll go to the bench though on a change.
I'll tell you what, Rick, they just really playing well, the Lightning, in all three zones.
Markov fires it in. How tough is it, guys, to have the patience to stay with it? You're out-chancing the other team consistently, but you've got nothing on the board yet. Paquette leaving it on the boards now for Filppula.
I think that, they just see that it's going to start getting through to them. They're getting a lot of opportunities.
Strawman wrist again, and it's blocked in front. Hedman the drive, and he sends it wide.
The guys are telling each other on the bench, just stick with it, keep going, because it's one of those games where you can't get frustrated. That one opportunity, that one chance could be the difference.
Strawman stick handles through and fires a shoulder save by Price. Rebound settled down by Killorn. A little shifty move there in Gallagher, but he met up with Subban. They've had a couple of physical get-togethers behind the Montreal net in this game. Strawman was talking earlier today about how the Lightning need to play more consistently through 60 minutes, stay within their structure, and this is a good challenge for them as the Canadiens are whistled for an offside. With 9:27 to go in the second period, shots 15-11 Tampa Bay as Strawman tests Carey Price.
We're just past the halfway point of this game. There's still no score here in Montreal. Carey Price, as you talked about, he's getting talked about a lot about what a great season he's had, and he has. But what has he done against the Lightning? Well, he's the goalie of record in the 2 losses for Montreal. He's played 5 of the 6 periods. His save percentage is a really uncharacteristic 86%, and the goals against are just under 5. But the rest of the league, he's been very, very stingy.
Yeah, they would be shocked to read those numbers that he has against the Lightning so far this year. And don't you think that this date has been circled on the Carey Price calendar as a chance to show what he can do and what he's doing against 28 other teams? PK Subban with a pass out to Plekanec. He found it just in time. The Lightning were closing in on him. And Gallagher steals it away from Palat. Gallagher with a shot. It's absorbed by Bishop. The whistle blown.
Well, they know, Montreal has the last change. And they've been trying for 30 minutes now to try and figure out who they're going to put out against Johnson, Palat, and Kucherov to try and calm them down a bit. And so far, every combination they've tried hasn't worked.
I like what they've done, too, defensively, forcing that shot from the outside. If you're Ben Bishop, you like to see those wrist shots.
Weiss One of the playoff heroes for Montreal against Tampa Bay. On the cycle, Pacioretty leaving it back for Desharnais. Was dumped there by Filppula. Desharnais to the point. Gonchar's going to back off now. Namestnikov in pursuit. Gonchar, game number 1,299 for his long career. Pass stolen. Weiss the shot. Kicked out by Bishop. Knocked down by Paquette. Canadians stay on it. Pass deflects back. Schuster sends it ahead. Namestnikov down that left side. Feeds it back. Hedman the shot. It's handled by Price. No rebound there. Lightning fans score a Corona tailgate package this Saturday. The Lightning hosting the Winnipeg Jets. Packages start as low as $75. Buy now at TampaBayLightning.com/tickets.
Well, they've done a good job moving that puck quickly. We've seen a couple of flurries for the Canadians inside the Lightning zone. But so far, the ebbs and flows to the game has mostly been to the flow. Both teams are playing quickly, Lightning especially.
Boyle and Mitchell on this face-off. Last time the Lightning were in here, they won 4-2. They trailed 1-0 at the end of one. Scored 4 times in the second period and ended up with a 4-2 win. And I remember walking out of here that was the best game the Lightning had played in the 2014-15 season. And they're playing very well tonight. Here's Stroman shooting, deflected, a save by Price on the tip by Morrow. Kept alive. Boyle chops it in front. Still it's loose. It squirts away. And out comes Flynn. Flynn to center. He'll chip it in. Crust gets to it. Flynn couldn't center. Lightning have it right back again. It's sailed by Hedman out to center ice. Delarose forced back. Petrie rink wide pass, and Hedman had time to step up and swat it away. 7:10 to go in the second period. Still looking for our first goal of the game. The goaltending has been superb as advertised. Stamkos on a steal. Steps in. Trying to feed it through. Was tipped by Subban. Came down for Callahan. Schuster took a look. Angles it back for Callahan behind the net. Alex Killorn out to Barberio. He'll whistle one. Price the save. Drop the puck. It's loose. Canadians try to wall off the Lightning and allow Price to find the puck. He does. The whistle blows and sticks come high.
I tell you what, there's a reason why, people, when you're hearing about talk for not only the Vezina Trophy, but the MVP. I think he could easily have about 3 tonight already if it hasn't been for Price. There's a couple chances and scrums around the net that Lightning have had open chances and haven't been able to get it past the Canadian goaltender.
As you can see, 4 or 5 red and blue shirts in front of them trying to clear out the rebound. Lightning doing a really good job off the cycle, guys, creating opportunities, bringing it from low to high. Trying to create some confusion. If you're going to beat Carey Price, it's going to have to be off of ugly goals, they like to call it, or a second or third opportunity.
Johnson against Plekanec in the face-off. Canadians get it. Plekanec in his 10th year as a regular in this lineup. Doesn't seem like he's been here that long. Garrison with a pass. It was deflected by Johnson. Galchenyuk gets it in behind the Lightning defense, but Garrison coming across for it. Coburn right there with him. Johnson not far away. And methodically, Tampa Bay trying to move it out of the zone. Palat sends it off a Montreal stick. Markov now has Johnson on him. He throws the hit. Here's Palat down the boards to gain the puck. Walks to the middle and shoots in. Price's save, and he controls this rebound.
Well, let's take a look at the Lightning's upcoming schedule presented by Steak and Shake. Lightning will leave tonight after this game to go into Boston for that game with the Bruins on Thursday. Then the Lightning will start 6 at home. Winnipeg, these Montreal Canadiens, Detroit, Boston. The first 4, almost 6 at home.
Lightning have reached 20 shots for this game. So the Lightning and Canadiens meeting again Monday at Amalie Arena. 7:30 start. Get your tickets for that one as the puck comes back to Bishop. He'll let it go. Centered in front, and it comes back to the point. Gilbert fires, and it's blocked in front by Strowman. Callahan gets it out. Stamkos on the move. Killorn with him in that zone. Petrie comes across. Pacioretty grabs the puck. Leaves it out for Desharnais. And a scoot around Hedman with a great reach at 6'6". Desharnais, the pass knocked down by Hedman. Desharnais gets the pass, and we get the whistle. Offside on that line change. Joe over at the Canadiens bench at the blue line, as we're still scoreless here in the second.
MMA Lightning Hockey on Sun Sports is brought to you by Hat-Tricks. Serving the Lightning fans for the last 18 years. Is 3 blocks from the arena. Great place to start off your hockey night by stopping there before the game and ending it at Hat-Tricks. Make sure you try those famous shake and bake wings. So come join the party at Hat-Tricks.
Well, as far as this arena is concerned, anniversaries all around. Tomorrow is the 19th anniversary of the last game of the Montreal Forum. Canadiens beat the Dallas Stars 4-1 in 1996 and March the 11th. And then Monday, as these teams are meeting in Amalie Arena, that's the 19th anniversary of the first game here at the Bell Center, where the Canadiens beat the Rangers. Hard to believe, 19 years since that transformation.
Yeah. You and I spent many a game in that old building, Rick.
Oh, boy.
And
what a place. What an atmosphere this place has. Obviously, you can seat almost 22,000 fans for hockey. Nowhere near the, the Forum was not nearly as big, but just as loud. Here's Paquette to center. He's in for it. Trying to make a play with Gonchar defending. Boldu after it. Takes the hit from Paquette. Puck slips away to center. Filppula trying to play it back, and it's stolen by Desharnais. He's got Weiss driving the net, trying to slip the puck through him, and it was broken up by Barberio. Boldu with a shot, and a stick save by Bishop. Barberio has it. Paquette across to Filppula, has some room to roam into the Montreal zone. Swings around a couple of checkers. In fact, Pacioretty lost his stick, and Price covers the puck. We've got a penalty upcoming to Montreal with 4:37 to go in the second period.
might be a slash.
And Pacioretty broke his stick on Filppula as he was maneuvering around it.
Number 67, Montreal, 2 minutes, slashing.
I'm just wondering, Chris, do you think or do you sense it down there? Is frustration starting in on Montreal at this point because they haven't been able to do really a whole lot?
A little bit of frustration, but it's tough to play the game when they're buzzing in around your net. And what a nice move by Valtteri Filppula to get around Pacioretty. Tough not to call that when your stick snaps in half. Have to argue that one.
Well, the Lightning have to keep from getting frustrated on the power play. This is their 4th opportunity. Montreal's had 1 so far. Lightning trying to find the back of the net against Carey Price. They're getting the chances. Here's Callahan. Back of the point to Strowman. Kucherov walks toward the net to Callahan, trying to deal it. Blocked by Petrie, who's been sharp in the Montreal defense. Palat in the slot area. He's been dangerous there for some chances anyway. Back of the first period. Kucherov looks toward the net. The pass across is tipped. Johnson has it. And behind to Callahan. Round to Strowman. Johnson with it, closing and shooting, and Gilbert got a piece of it. And it's played off a Montreal stick and out of play with 1:01 to go on Pacioretty's penalty. Lightning fans, the Subway Student Rush ticket scores you the best available seat for just $20 with a valid student ID. Saturday at 7, the Lightning battle the Winnipeg Jets, and you can take advantage of this deal. More info at TampaBayLightning.com.
Well, zone time's important, but you want to try and get the puck more into the middle to get some shots away.
Mitchell wins that faceoff. Yeah, with the success they've had, 8 of 26 coming in, they've been more of a shoot-first mentality. Here's a chance for Stamkos, firing it wide, as Drouin hooking it back to the point. Stamkos keeps it on the line. Killorn with it. They've got Drouin in behind the net with him. Filppula. Jonathan Drouin looking to create something. Finds Stamkos, settles it down. He'll rifle it right into the pads of Price as Killorn gets a shot from Markov, and they start to go at it. Markov, knowing it's going to take a lot to draw a penalty here, decides to go for a little extra with 30 seconds to go in the Lightning power play.
It was a real good job by Jonathan Drouin finding Steven Stamkos a couple times in that power play. Just the puck bobbling, bouncing a little bit. Let's see that puck land flat for Stamkos.
I would think frustration settling in on Montreal. Markov showing a little bit there. Lightning have been able to keep the play inside this zone for much of this power play. But they've only managed one shot on goal.
Off the face-off, Gilbert taking down Drouin, who hangs in there. Petrie coming across for it. Stamkos waiting for them to send that puck near side, and he gets to it. Backed up by Filppula. Now to Stamkos. Killorn back to Stamkos. Pass across the shot. Deflected away as Garrison let it go. Killorn battling his way to get to the puck. 3 members of the Lightning in that corner now as the penalty to Pacioretty's expired. He's back on. It's hooked back, and Garrison the shot. Gilbert blocks it. Garrison able to hold it in. Drouin gets a stick on it. Protects it. Turns. Checked. Pacioretty at plus 37 got it away from him. On the rush. Shooting. Saved by Bishop. Rebound. He makes a stop there on Delarose, who did not get much on it, but he got it on goal as Drouin hustled back for the Lightning.
Well, Ben has not had action at all, and that's when you need your concentration. Boy, he really did a good job there. Pacioretty has a great idea of shooting the puck while he's in first stride, and he got it away quickly. And watch the rebound come right out to Delarose, who really shot it right away, and then really recovered quickly with that right toe.
Well, he did get a lot on that one as the youngster with his first 2 NHL goals in Columbus. Markov the drive, and that was blocked by Palat, who gets back up. Boy, it looked like he might be in some trouble after blocking that, but he's back in the play and icing the call against the Lightning.
I think as he spun, it might have hit him in the back of his equipment, where, of course, players are fairly well protected all through the front, but not on the back end of it. Now, he's allowed to change because he got hurt. That's the only reason why, with that icing, that he's not supposed to be out there, that Killorn takes his place.
Johnson ties up with Desharnais, 2 little guys, both undrafted, both strong players in this league. Desharnais steps away from Johnson. Weiss couldn't center. Killorn off the glass. Pacioretty coming back for it and rolled on him as he took his eye off it, and Kucherov ends up getting the puck. But he was stopped on the back check by Desharnais. Across for Pacioretty. Cuts in against Coburn, and reached out and poked it off his stick. Weiss in behind to Desharnais. Trying to lose Hedman. He does. He marches to the front. Lost the puck, and Killorn has it. But Bishop was reaching out to try to make sure Desharnais couldn't control it. Kucherov. Double team. Runs into Subban. Markov's pass. Handled by Plekanec, reaching behind. And he starts it in. Both teams completing changes. Plekanec in behind the net. Sends it right back through the slot with under a minute to go in the second period. Plekanec has it. Gallagher. Around they work it. Gonchar the drive, and it's off Schuster. Gallagher strong in his skates. Works against Hedman. Paquette plugs into center. Nemestikov is in on Gonchar. Paquette grabs that puck, turns, fires in front, just out of the reach of Steven Stamkos. Gallagher back for Montreal to center. Knocked down at the line. It rolls to Garrison. Couldn't get it out. Gets some help. They do clear it. 20 seconds to go. Stamkos hits the zone. Feeds it across. Namestnikov. Paquette is stopped by Price. What a play offensively to set up the chance. And Price right there with a stop. Subban waits. Couldn't get it through. Down to the corner. Fired in front by Smith-Pelly. Knocked away. De La Rose from the point behind the net. They'll run out of time. Great action in the second period. The Lightning carrying the day in terms of chances, but Ben Bishop strong at his end. Carey Price holding off the Lightning as we're scoreless through 40 minutes. Stay tuned for the Gulf Coast Honda Dealer second intermission report. Chris Dingman visiting with Tyler Johnson. We've got highlights and stats from the second period. We'll take you around the league. Some key matchups tonight in the Eastern Conference. Islanders and the Rangers, Senators and the Bruins. Aside from this one, what a game we're enjoying here from Montreal with no score through 40 minutes. Hockey and Sun Sports is brought to you by Gulf Coast Honda. Visit your Gulf Coast Honda dealers for great deals on new Hondas. Go to gchondadealers.com. By Kaiser University, over 90 programs online and on campus. Learn more at kaiseruniversity.edu. By Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. And by the Tampa Bay Area BMW Centers. Lightning in Montreal. They'll be back here March 30th to finish off a 5-game season series with 3 trips up here as we're scoreless through 2 periods, and we look at our chase review through 40 minutes.
I see the scoring chances over double for the Lightning, and Lightning have had 45 shots directed at the Montreal Canadiens net in the first 40 minutes as opposed to 26 for the Canadiens. Power plays haven't been a factor, but the face-off circle is owned by the Montreal Canadiens.
Well, both these Warriors getting ready. Chris Dingman joining us downstairs just to the right of Ben Bishop. And what do you look for here in this third period, Chris?
Well, I think more of the same. If you're the Tampa Bay Lightning, you want to continue to put pucks on net, try and get second and third opportunities, maybe get some redirects and some tips. Carey Price is at the top of his game, so for Lightning, you can't get frustrated. You got to continue to do things and not have that one turnover. This game seems to be that first goal is going to be the winner.
Now the Lightning, when they are tied or leading going into the third period, their record 39-2-4. And Chief alluded to how great they've been in the third period all season. John Cooper's team a plus 31 in the goal differential in the third, but the Canadiens are a plus 29. They're not far behind.
You're right. Canadiens have blocked 17 shots already this game. That's one of the reasons why they haven't been able to get a whole lot through on Corey Price.
Wilbur chased in there by Paquette, has been physical all night. Filppula trying to follow up with a little speed. Pacioretty gets it out. Garrison working with Coburn. They've been partners since Braden came on board 4 games ago. Here's the pass to Filppula. Puts on the brakes. Holds up. Sees Callahan's coming on from the bench. The pass down low to Vlad Namestnikov. Hands it now to Filppula. Out to Garrison. Fires. Tip. Save by Price. Namestnikov got the deflection from the hash marks. Price right there.
Boy, he was moving quickly to go to Callahan, and he recovered very well as it was deflected halfway through. Watch this, right up by the hash marks. Callahan was at the side of the net, and he was moving over there, and he was able to get his legs closed very quickly and cover that shot and force a face-off.
Good job by Filppula off the cycle and finding the defenseman. Trying to get a redirect. It's going to be one of those goals, but Price doing a good job tracking that puck and closing the wickets.
Bourne nearly walked in front with a loose puck. Stamkos now will keep it in. Hedman over for it. Callahan waiting behind the net. Stamkos in front. That pass tipped by Subban. Popped in the air and over Stamkos' stick. Gallagher pushing it in. Galchenyuk battles to get in there. Bishop wants to interrupt the cycle. Pokes it along. Has some help on hand with Stamkos controlling. Can't get it by Galchenyuk. Lekanec recovers at center. Subban, good pass to Plekanec, winding, firing, and he misses the net. Sharp rebound off these lively boards. Petrie, his father was a member of the World Series champion Detroit Tigers. Dan Petrie, pitcher on that staff in 1984. Growing up in the Detroit area. Here's Gilbert shooting, and it's blocked by Kucherov. The race is on. Kucherov gets to it. De La Rose back to help out for Montreal. Barberio with a pass. Now Kucherov controlling it. Schuster wants to step ahead. Kucherov rifles it right into the pads of Petrie. De La Rose caught up to by Drouin. Snuck in from behind. Stole that puck. Chips it in off the glass. He'll take on Gilbert. He wins that puck. Got it out in front, and it just slipped away from Tyler Johnson. Now Kucherov with it. Dipping and diving. Schuster looks, fires, saved by Price. I think perhaps Johnson got a stick on it, but Price right there. It was nowhere for that deflection to go.
Boy, good play, but we've seen Drouin out there with the triplets. Andre Palat, we saw him get shaken up in that second period. He's not on the bench right now. We haven't heard exactly what's happened to him. But we'll try and keep you informed as soon as we find out. But the Lightning, again, is, you pointed out, Chris, picking up right where they left off.
Just continuing to put pucks on net. They try to, good job there, but Carey Price able to see that puck. Or try and take his eyes away a little bit more.
Boyle wins the draw. The shot by Coburn. Knocked down Boyle. The backhand kicked away. Looks for a rebound. And it's finally grabbed by Mitchell. You'll recall Palat blocking that shot late in the second period kind of awkwardly. And he went down in a heap. Was able to finish his shift. But perhaps that was it. Coburn stepping up on Prust. And Coburn finds the puck. Prust was looking down ice. Coburn with a shot tipped away by Gonchar. Gilbert. Warren trying to play it out in front. It ends up with Gonchar. He's double teamed. Two veterans going at it behind the net. Brendan Marl, Sergei Gonchar. And it comes out to Garrison. Coburn says he's got it. Checked by Mitchell. Marl prevented Prust from leaving the zone. Filppula walks in, fires, and it's blocked by Gonchar. Tapped away and finally out of the zone. Once again, Montreal hemmed in by the Lightning. With some alert play and some speed, here's Filppula roaring in. Around the net he goes. Hedman looks, fires, just wide of Price. Petrie shovels it up the boards. Knocked free in front. Gilbert ahead to Pacioretty. Pacioretty in the zone. Going to set up from the boards, and Hedman wouldn't give him any time or space. Here's the shot. Saved by Bishop. Rebound was to his right, and Paquette was the only one who saw it. Fired back to Paquette. Bounced off his stick. Canadians in transition, but it rolls all the way back to Bishop.
Well, I'll tell you what, they leave that zone as soon as that...
Price leaving it now for Subban. Andrei Markov, the 13-year man, and Galchenyuk taking the pass. Plekanec and Gallagher whistled on the offside. Well, they've gone offside a lot tonight.
Take a look at that shot. This is one of the ones we talked about what could happen. Nobody could find it. The only one that saw it was Cedric Paquette, who swooped in and took it out of trouble. Boy, before Montreal gets the control of that puck in their own zone, they've got players up around the red line. They did on that try.
Rather risky in a 0-0 game, it would seem. Hand pass indicated by the officials. Face-off coming outside the center.
Well, you know what? I guess when you have a guy like Price in the net, you can take those gambles because, boy, he's very hard to beat. He bails them out time and time again, as he has throughout the first 40 minutes here tonight.
I think they're trying to do something a little quicker off the transition. As you talked about, Chief, as soon as one of the defensemen for the Montreal Canadiens gets the puck, they're sending one or two guys trying to catch him off a quick up. Lightning doing a good job, their defensemen and forwards coming back, taking away time and space and getting sticks on pucks.
Garrison's pass gathered in by Kucherov, and he'll chip it to the corner. Lars Eller after it, shouldered off by Johnson.
I think Kucherov thought Johnson was going to go straight to the corner.
Johnson's pass just out of Kucherov's reach. And he managed to get by Subban, but couldn't make a play. Now has it again to Johnson, shooting. Blocked by Markov. Kucherov on the back check. Gumming up the works here, the Montreal Rush. He steps in. He, with a fancy move, hooks it in front. Johnson, the backhand, saved by Price.
I'll tell you what, we saw the Canucks line against these guys. Now you're seeing the Lars Eller line against them. Nobody's been able to hold them out of this zone. The Lightning haven't been able to solve Price yet, though. Boy, he's just been tremendous. Watch that back checking. He got the pressure, picked up the puck, and re-entered the zone. Watch this play right here to himself. Coming around backhand, then the backhand play. Price very wisely stood his ground on the short side, not going around too early. See, he stays there just to make sure that that pass that Kucherov is becoming famous for doesn't occur. And he read it right.
Kucherov doing all the work there in the back check, and then outside between the legs, I'll have Vinny the Cavalier.
Yeah, he has a famous play at that end of the ice.
Yeah.
Through the legs, doesn't he? Yep. Tying goal, 16 seconds to go. Playoff game. Lightning won in a sweep in 2004 as Brad Richards ended up scoring the game-winning goal in overtime. Meanwhile, in the present day, here's Ryan Boyle back to Strowman.
Yeah, Stamkos playing the left wing of this line because of Palat not in the lineup. They're not on the bench, excuse me.
Oh, you able to clear that puck to the corner. He fell down, still got a stick on the puck. That bought an extra second or so for the Canadiens to get organized defensively, and Galchenyuk, strong as a bull down those boards, and he's slowed down by Strowman. Garrison fires it back around. Filppula, little play to Stamkos. Stamkos will pursue his own dump in with the Lightning changing up ice. Filppula coming back, wins the puck. Stamkos taking on Gilbert. Nemestikov joining the fun in that corner. Nemestikov nearly scoring on a lengthy deflection from the high slot to start this third period. Filppula, pass across for Garrison. Cedric Paquette will pick it up. Nemestikov has Filppula in front, trying to find him. Blocked there as Galchenyuk got there defensively, and it's tapped to the point. Save. Garrison shoots. Glove by Price. 13:19 to go in the third period. Still no score, Lightning and Canadiens.
We're scoreless here in the third. You see the time remaining in regulation. We talked that as one of our keys to the game is try and get Carey Price moving so he can get some holes. Well, so far, Lightning haven't been able to do that. Price has been outstanding. There's a number of quick saves. The Lightning just really starting the onslaught on him here in the third period, right from the opening faceoff, and Price has just done a tremendous job. As you see there, 27 shots, or saves rather, tonight. And the Lightning have had them just 4. It just seems they've had more shots. They've had a lot blocked again in this period, but
Beckman trying to tee it up. It's blocked by Desharnais. Pacioretty, Booster right on him. Mitchell had it taken away as Kucherov wins that puck. His cross-ice pass is blocked out by Petrie. Trying to get it in. His stick broke. Drouin coming back for the puck. Lightning support has been terrific.
oh, they've had to do that all the time, and boy, they've done a great job of it.
As I recall, it certainly was through 60 minutes here the last time in this building.
Exactly, and this is, when you get frustrated sometimes when they've had those games where they've had lapses, and I know you don't play perfectly for all 82 games, but when you watch the effort that they're putting in here tonight and the way they're playing and the way they're absolutely rolling in this game, and if it hadn't been for Price, they'd be up by 3. It spoils you, really. You expect it to be perfect every night.
Johnson wins the faceoff. It's sent up the boards and out to center. PK Subban with Markov. Gallagher coming back to take the pass. Guided in by Galchenyuk, third overall pick in the draft 2012. Garrison's pass, red, but he quickly recovers. It's tipped ahead to Stamkos. Marches in and fires, and it's blocked by Markov. Callahan behind the net, turns to find the puck. Markov wedged him off. Galchenyuk chopping at that puck. On the second try, Plekanec's able to get to center, and Garrison got back there. Nearly 8 minutes gone here in the third. No score. With Garrison playing it out to center, taken by Gilbert. Lars Eller would make a play. Kucherov right there. It comes to Smith-Pelly with the shot. That's blocked by Coburn. He's feeling that a little bit, but has to stay on task here with Lars Eller. Puck comes out in front. Delarose swung and missed. Gonchar has the puck back, hands it to the corner. And Boyle trying to get a stick on it. The shot by Beaulieu is in behind the net. Lightning running around a little bit here as Boyle comes up with it. Out he comes with Morrow. Boyle down the boards. They're changing back at center. Canadians come up with a puck, but the Lightning have it now with Stralman. Barberio, Montreal native, fights through a stick check. In that zone, trying to make a little soft play to Paquette. Knifing toward the goal, but it was spoiled by Delarose. Used in every situation by head coach Michel Therrien. Here's Paquette. Gets the red line, chips it in. Filppula, hot on the heels of Gilbert. Kicked along. Barberio compacts the play. Gilbert takes it. Fires it off his stick. Stralman back at center. Got it in by Paquette. Well, he never fails to get that red line.
Well, I'll tell you, you know what? He keeps that safe and simple play, too. Near the boards here, the last shift, he got it in on the red line rather than go through the middle and have a chance to have it intercepted.
Weiss was set to tattoo Kucherov, and he saw him just at the last instant, missed the hit, got the puck away, and now trying to set something up in the Montreal zone where he's been doing that most of the night. Helped by Schuster, backed up by Johnson. Subban with it. Swings away from one man. Goes down trying to draw a call. Doesn't get it. Lightning have it. Here's Kucherov. Beats the check of Desharnais. Johnson bodies Markov out of there in front. Kucherov shooting and saved by Price, and it's fired away. Boy, if you were to say that the physical play of Tyler Johnson has created some chances tonight, people might scratch their heads, but that's been the case. Here's Killorn roaring in. Price is stopped. Shot. Oh, no. Price robs Ryan Callahan. In a game of many terrific stops, that's the state of the game. Plekanec back to Gallagher. Checked by Coburn. Crowd erupts and chance of carry as Bishop gets a whistle and Coburn and Gallagher tangling behind the net. 9:16 to go in the third period. What a battle we've seen here tonight. Scoring chances aplenty, but nothing given up by Ben Bishop or Carey Price. Alex Killorn starting it, and Callahan is robbed. To tune in Thursday, the Lightning taking on the Boston Bruins. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Lightning Live pregame. The Bolts and the Bruins Thursday right here on Sun Sports.
So Danny, take a look at these two guys, what they've done tonight. Bishop and Price, both of them have made game-saving saves at the point of the game. Big saves to keep this game a scoreless tie at this point.
Edmund beat Pacioretty to the puck. Nemestikov hands it now to Filppula. He's been fighting through checks all night. Paquette shot blocked by Gonchar. Puck knocked down by Desharnais. And here comes Galchenyuk. Bishop out above the goal line to handle that puck and calmly hang on to it. Makes the play. Chopped away by Desharnais. Galchenyuk. Checked by Nemestikov. He'll get to it and skate it out himself. With a burst, he gets to center. And he'll race the Canadiens defense back there for the puck. Paquette throws the hit on Gonchar. Barberio gets that red line, slides it in. 29-18 Lightning with the shots. 5-1 here in the third. Tampa Bay offside at the Lightning line.
Ellers put himself offside. He went in, and then the puck came in after him. They're trying to make the play quicker because the Lightning have been on them so fast. They really haven't given the Canadians a whole lot of room to maneuver. Yes, there's been some flurries on Ben Bishop, but as a whole, this game, the Lightning have really had great gap pressure as well as the neutral zone control.
Subban plays it in on Bishop. He played it awkwardly, lost it for a moment, but the Lightning had time to recover. And Johnson flips it to the point. Markov takes the hit to hold it in for Eller. Gallagher had it worked away by Coburn and back to center. Gallagher checked by Drouin. Well, he's been all over the place. And getting an opportunity, as Chief notes, with Andre Palat out with a lower body injury, not expected to return for this game. He's out. Played ahead, got it by Callahan across to Stamkos. Checked there by Smith-Pelly. De La Rose has it back. Good play in as he's rubbed out by Callahan. Bishop out of Barberia. Flipping it out ahead for Stamkos to race back for. Chopped it in behind the net. Petrie locks up there with Killorn. It's rolled off the ledge of the boards. Comes down to Prost. And now to De La Rose. He swings in. Throws back. Petrie wants to fire, and it's blocked by Callahan. He gets the pass, and the Lightning move it out.
Boy, quick changes, and they're doing a good job of it as well.
Ryan Flynn playing it back for Gilbert. Boyle keeps an eye on him. Drouin seeing time now with Morrow and Boyle as usual line mates. Rink-wide pass for Dale Weiss. Separated from the puck by Morrow. Strawman challenged in there. Hedman not far away to help out. Morrow gathers it in. Checked by Weiss. Here comes Boyle to center. Mitchell finds the puck. Gonchar ahead for Flynn. Beaulieu spinning at center. He'll dump it in. Strawman with a spinning puck reacted to it. Morrow rifles it out off the boards. And it comes back to Price. Both teams with a furious change at center. Paquette now to Coburn. Walks it and fires, and it's blocked by Beaulieu. Knocked out in front. Comes back to Coburn. He'll fire again, and it's blocked. Nathan Beaulieu double teamed in there. Now is Filppula working with Paquette. Bounce free. Domestikov shoots. Stick save Price. Domestikov has it back. Filppula. Paquette driving one. A save by Price. He got onto that one. Filppula after it. Going to drop it back in front. Undercurrent of concern here. The Habs faithful at the Bell Center as the Lightning with some dominant shifts again here in the third period.
Boy, they have just been on over Montreal in this period.
Harrison off the boards to center. Markov with his own clearing, driving it back in. Bishop slows it down. Braden Coburn back for it. Trying to find Kucherov. It ends up with him. Here's Johnson scooting through. Drouin speeding in as well. Pacioretty runs him over. Johnson fires. It's off Price. Canadiens turn and skated back to center. Galchenyuk took a look. Dropping it back for Pacioretty. Subban saw the puck coming around the boards. Gave it up to Jonathan Drouin. Kucherov steps to center. Nice move on Plekanec. Still has the puck. Trying to make a play. Finally had to surrender it. .436 to go. Third period, no score. 32-19 now. The Lightning with the advantage in shots. It's got them nowhere to this point. Canadiens 2 shots here in the third, and the Lightning have 9. Plekanec gets the long stretch pass. Eller's shot is tipped out of play by Schuster. 4:19 remaining here in the third as Bishop and Price continue to trade big saves, the latest by Price.
Well, that's misleading there. The Lightning of Montreal has blocked 29 shots. It's a 10th block. See the Lightning with 32 shots, 29 blocked. You add it up there, that's 61 shots towards the net so far in this game. There's still time to play and dish. It's been a fast-paced game throughout this whole contest, has it slowed down any from your perspective down there?
It certainly has, and the pace of this play. You guys talked about puck support. The Lightning have been so good in their puck support. They've had guys within 5 feet. Puck retrieval on the back check, and for the Lightning, you just got to continue to play the same way, not give up that one chance that Montreal's trying to get to score a goal.
Killorn taking on Gilbert. Hangs onto it. Fires in front. It just touched Stamkos' stick in front here. Schuster shooting it. Stamkos reached for the tip there. Hedman tries it. Can't save Price. And it's cleared away by Petrie. And Schuster has it.
I'll tell you what, that shot from the point by Hedman, Pacioretty was already at the center line before they even had the puck. He was basket hanging, as they say. They've done that a lot, Montreal. This has worked for them.
Schuster checked at center by Weiss. Harrison has it for the Lightning. Leaving it for Stamkos with 3.5 to play in the third period. Harrison with a pass ahead for Kucherov. Lightning completing a change. And he'll send it down the boards. Price leaving it there for Subban. Off the glass, it dribbled away from Garrison. Bishop trying to help him out. Fired it off the boards. Held in the zone. A shot by Gallagher. And Johnson got there quickly to tip it out of play.
Yeah, that was something. I think Garrison was just a little bit caught between no man's land. Should he try and hold that puck in or go back to get it? And that little hesitation, the puck was out and down the ice. And as we talked about, as soon as that puck gets in the Canadian zone, it's not in control of the other team. The forwards are gone. They're off at the other end of the rink, or at least trying.
Boyle against Plekanec, who controls it. Markov trying to make a little play there to hang on to that puck. Gallagher pressured by Hedman. Subban from center drives it in, and it directed off Nemestikov and into the netting and out of play.
I must say, Rick, take a deep breath for a second. This is one of the most exciting scoreless games I think we've seen in a long time. Terrific goaltending. The only reason why it stayed that way thus far.
It's had everything but goals in terms of some pretty good hitting, great pace, as you guys have been talking about. Those good little plays that you appreciate watching two good teams go at it.
Exactly. 33-19 shot favoring the Lightning.
Gilbert's attempt to dump it in, blocked by Kucherov. Jeff Petrie. Now on the one touch, Smith-Pelly is able to direct it in. Coburn back. Rifles it hard around the boards. It skips all the way to Petrie with the shot. Tipped by Eller just wide. Kucherov. Checked there by De La Rose. Kucherov tackled. Puck comes free. Johnson finds Barberio. Back to Johnson off his skates. He'll challenge Gilbert. Nemestikov ridden off by Petrie. De La Rose has it. Youngster born in Sweden. Has ahead for Eller. 2-on-1 on the backhand. Turns back, feeding it back, and it's deflected by Barberio as the Lightning recover.
Great defensive play by Mark Barberio, getting a stick on the puck.
As again, another sign of that great puck support by the Lightning forwards getting back to play defense.
Clearing play by Barberio came right back to the Tampa Bay defense. Markov with it. Pacioretty rifles into the corner. Bishop out to play that puck. Round to Boyle. As we've seen, Chief, he's been able to defuse the forecheck quite often as Markov chased all the way back here by Cedric Paquette, who ends up in the net. Well, the Lightning did get a player in the net behind Price. Back to Desjardins, knocked free, and Hedman has it. Hedman puts on a burst. Pass across for Cedric Paquette, and he'll dump it in. Petrie with it now. Plekanec gains center. Lobs it in. Schuster holds up Galchenyuk. That gives Hedman time to play it around. Taken back by Gallagher with under a minute to go in regulation time and no score. Puck rolls to Schuster. The big defenseman wheels away. Pass through centers by everybody. This will bring about an icing call. 46.5 to play in the third.
I'll tell you, Montreal has controlled that faceoff circle. This is a big one for the Lightning. Canadiens at 61%. Stamkos is the only one on the Lightning lineup that's over 50% on the night. And he's taking the draw now.
Off the faceoff, he hangs in there against Mitchell, and it squirts away to Callahan. Subban back for it. Bounced away from Galchenyuk. Schuster turns. He knows he's got Garrison waiting to help him. Garrison now at 30 seconds. Lifts it out to center, fielded by Markov. Schuster has it again. 10-2 shot advantage, Lightning in this third period as Kucherov slips in, joined by Johnson. The shot spoiled by Galchenyuk. Puck rolls behind the net. Kucherov diving in there for it. Here's Schuster down the boards, and he got it away from Plekanec. Kucherov tried to center, could not. Plekanec playing it away. Knocked down by Schuster. Namestnikov shoots, deflected by Johnson, and it was intercepted by Markov in front. And one more try to Namestnikov. He fans on it as the siren sounds, ending regulation time. No score through 60 minutes here in Montreal. You see the shots. The 10th NHL game this season. It's been 0-0 through 3 periods.
We're going into overtime, a scoreless tie. Let's take time now to show you your diamond performance tonight, brought to you by Ackerman Jewelers. And who else but the both goaltenders. Ben Bishop doing a tremendous job for the Lightning, getting not a whole lot of work, but he had flurries that he had to be very, very sharp at. Carey Price was just absolutely phenomenal throughout this whole game, but none better than in the third period when the Lightning outshot Montreal 10-1. And they had a number of really good scoring chances, and Price kept them away. And that's our Ackerman Jewelers diamond performance. And you're looking at the two guys that gave you that.
Well, you can't blame him for taking a knee right now. The last Lightning game that went 60 minutes with no score was the regular season finale last year that was decided in a shootout at Verizon Center in Washington. Matt Carle got the game-deciding goal in a 1-0 game. Anders Lindback got the shutout as the Lightning beat the Caps.
It'll be interesting to see what both teams try and do. Because we talked about the Montreal Canadiens trying to counterpunch, Lightning getting a bunch of chances, trying to stretch a guy and find a guy. See if they'll continue to do that in overtime.
Canadiens now 91 points, the Lightning 89 points. They each get a point for reaching overtime. They battle now for that second one. And 4-on-4, 5-minute sudden death. Hedman to center. Throws it across for Stamkos. He's got Killorn as his partner up front. Strowman back at the point, lobbing it toward the net. Knocked down by Price. Came back in front off the referee, and he covers it up.
Boy, that was an odd play. Subban was really had Alex Killorn at the side of the net. It was just an easy wrist shot through to get through. Price absolutely didn't cover it. He missed it, and as he cleared it, it did hit the official. Right there, watch him. And they're fortunate that Killorn was just as surprised as Carey Price.
That was Steve Kazarian. The puck could not deflect directly off the official and into the net. It wouldn't count as a goal, but it might have set up an opportunity for the Lightning to tap it home. Here's a shot by Garrison that's blocked. Gilbert pressured by Kucherov. Galchenyuk getting it to center. Now Plekanec has it. Petrie stepping up on a 2-on-1. The shot is fired wide. Petrie went leaping through the goal mouth, and he went flipping into the boards with bodies sliding all over the place around Ben Bishop. Johnson comes back. He and Kucherov. For the Canadiens, they're going to have a headache tonight watching these two. Here's Johnson through the legs of Gilbert. Around he comes at center. The top. Price. They score! Fired home by Kucherov. He jammed it into the second try. Johnson found him. And the Lightning win this game 1-0 at 1:03 of overtime.
Boy, what a tremendous game. And again, what do we say, Chris? It was going to be kind of a goofy goal. It's going to win it for someone.
Just a good net play.
Johnson got a nice move to go through Gilbert at the right here. Watch him now as he comes down on Gilbert. He puts it through his legs right here, gets it, comes around, and then passes it out front. Right there, and it went off a skate. I don't know if it went off Gilbert's skate, it went off Kucherov's skate. There was three guys in front.
Might have gone off Gilbert.
I think it did. It might have.
As Kucherov was just getting his stick free, but he never really got it in position. They get a piece of that. But the Lightning win it 1-0. 3-0 against the Canadiens. Of course, they meet in Tampa on Monday.